Stephen, just walk me through quickly the sort of principles and laws behind the process of putting together a conference like this.
Well, you start out with a blank wall, which is the agenda, but your wall is framed with a question. And the question in this case was, what can we do at the intersection of journalism and technology in service to democracy? So we invited people to host sessions that they care about, to take responsibility for what they love. And using the 4 principles of open space, which are, whoever comes is the right people, whatever happens is the only thing that could have, whenever it starts is the right time, and when it's over, it's over. And then we also use the law of 2 feet, which says that passion and responsibility are the guiding forces as you kind of navigate your way through this sometimes chaotic open space. So whatever you have passion for, you take responsibility for what you love. And if you're not either learning or contributing to a given session, you can use your 2 feet to go somewhere else. So when you use the law of 2 feet, there are 2 different animals that you might manifest. One is the bumblebee. You would go to another session and cross-pollinate, taking the ideas from one session to another session. And the other animal is the butterfly, who sits around in the hallways and looks beautiful and has chance encounters with other butterflies. And those conversations that happen between butterflies can sometimes become really important kernels of new ideas that emerge and are then taken back to the group. So open space invites using chaos theory and using self-organizing systems theory. It invites maximum creativity in a group.
So how do you, that sounds like it could lead to either entropy or blank walls. So how do you sort of prepare people so that they actually come together and are generative around new ideas and new sessions?
It's really important to get people thinking about things in advance and to let them know beforehand that this is not your usual kind of conference. This is a conference where the agenda will be generated by the people who come there. So what we did was invite people to have paired interviews beforehand, where we described a story where we had been involved in or had witnessed journalism that mattered. So people were telling each other their own stories. We asked people, what are the gifts that you bring? We asked people if they had had any experience with the new technology. So we got some stories about new technology might make journalism even better. And then we got stories about the future. We asked, like, it's 2013 and we've actually successfully navigated the future of journalism and technology, at least into the next stage. What does it look like? So we've gotten people already thinking into the future and hopefully days ahead of the conference, so they've slept on it and it's kind of working its way into their brain. So by that time, you get people together in a room and they realize how many fabulous people are there. It's pretty unusual that you get a blank wall. People are already seated with the ideas, they've started the conversations, they have some trust relationship with other people in the room, and they start posting the ideas that they care about because they really want to get something done.
Okay, now it's nearing the end of day 3 of the conference, and there haven't been any blank walls. So what's the most exciting learning that you've seen so far happening?
I guess a couple of things. One thing is I've seen some real learning in terms of language. We all have our little jargon like nut graphs and RSS feeds on the technology side, nut graphs on the journalism side. And there's been enough time together that we've been able to learn some of each other's jargon and figure out how the nut graph might actually translate into a Twitter feed, for example, in the new technology. So just seeing how the journalism world that before has seen itself kind of in opposition in some ways to the new media, seeing enough relationships happen where people are actually working together to create new projects has been really exciting.
Cool. Okay. Thank you very much.
I'm Tom. I'm working with Melissa, and our session was inspired by some of the comments late yesterday, particularly Fabrice, talking about bringing the people into this conference. So we went out last night, we did a little man on the street interview on film, and we're going to put together a few interviews, hear what the people think we should be talking about here. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Terry Gray, and I'd like to work on a topic called...
Doing an introduction to newspapers in Drupal, and then I'm also doing a newspaper showcase.
Merging with yours too?
No.
What's yours?
And then there's a few of the other people who are presenting Drupal Day.
Making a low-budget media portal, conews.org. It's nice. It's still in 4.7 Drupal, which for those of you who do Drupal know that I need to get my act together and get it up.